Oil spill recovery efforts are in full retreat as Bonnie bears down on the Gulf of Mexico. All ships around the site of the blown-out rig have been ordered to withdraw, as have drilling rigs that work on 2 relief wells. That means the race to plug the spill for good will be slowed down by at least a week. Booms that have protected the fragile coast from oil are being moved inland. And in Washington today, a technician who was on board the oil rig when it exploded back in April told lawmakers that an alarm system was partially shut down. And here in Tampa, scientists tell us that chemical tests confirm that 2 plumes of oil beneath the surface of the Gulf came from that BP broken well. BP denied those plumes existed at first. Our Eric Waxler is following this story, all new at 5.
On a May expedition aboard the Weatherbird 2, USF researchers took water samples in the northern Gulf. And through a chemical fingerprinting process, they have confirmed the massive oil plumes beneath the surface came from BP's Deepwater Horizon.
At first, it was sort of a break-off between the surface disaster and what was going to go on at depth until there was the confirmation that the subsurface petroleum actually could be tied to BP.
BP has been reluctant to accept responsibility for oil found below the surface. USF says it was tough just getting a sample from the company. Even with the confirmation the plumes belong to BP, there still are many more questions, including the effect the oil will have on marine life deep below the surface.
What kind of toxicity levels larval fish have, what kind of toxicity levels other microorganisms have, bacteria and other types of phytoplankton and higher organisms, that is yet to be recognized.
Meanwhile, Ronald, Birren, and his son Matt are preparing for a fishing trip back to the deep Gulf waters where they make their living.
Kind of a family business.
A large area of the Gulf previously closed off because of the spill is open again.
We only have certain amount of bottom to actually long line for shallow water grouper. And I'd say about close to 40% of that bottom was closed down to BP.
Some of their fishing waters are now open, but they can't leave just yet. That's because there is a storm headed into the Gulf. This crew says as soon as it passes, they will get back to work.
Hopefully the day that it goes by, we're going to be out and try to catch the fish while they're biting.
As fishermen prepare to head out, USF says the Weatherbird 2 will also return to the Gulf in 2 weeks. They want to see how the oil plumes below the surface change over time. They will also look at other parts of the Gulf where they haven't tested yet. In St. Pete, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
And you can find updates on this oil spill disaster on our website, ABC Action News.